Yo, how's everyone doing? Welcome back for some more Forza Horizon 3. Today I'm sharing with you the 1955 Hoonigan Chevy Bel Air, and we're going to start out in the Forza Vista, then we're going to move over to some racing gameplay, and then we're going to finally end off with some free roam gameplay, so you can hear the sounds of this car, and honestly, the sounds of this thing are what I like most about it, and that's really not a good thing, but obviously, this is another car from the Hoonigan car pack, and in terms of looks, I'm not huge on the looks of this thing. I mean, it's okay. I think it's the ugliest car from the Hoonigan car pack, but it's not the ugliest car in the game. I mean, it's just okay. It's not really my taste, I guess, but the inside of this thing is actually pretty cool. You'll see that very shortly, but in terms of performance, this is actually probably one of my least favorite cars that I have driven in Forza Horizon 3, and we're going to talk about exactly why. So, the launch on this thing, the grip is good, but the problem is first gear actually goes up to 82 miles per hour, and that kind of makes the car feel very sluggish. It just feels weird, and it doesn't feel that great. Even though for a C-Class car it still feels kind of fast, I don't really like the gearing ratios overall, and it's mainly because of that, and also, you can go so far past the red line that it's kind of just like weird. It's so different the way the gearing ratios are set up on this thing that it kind of just makes it uncomfortable, I guess I'll say, to race, and even for drifting it just feels kind of weird, and I didn't really enjoy drifting it because it just didn't feel controllable, and it drifts a lot and it gets sideways a lot and very easily, but it's also very easy to spin out. I mean, this thing, the grip going around turns if you're trying to race it is not good at all, and the car just sways a lot. And I mean, obviously this thing is kind of set up differently. The front is very high and the rear part of the car is down very low, so it's definitely a weird setup, but racing this thing isn't all that fun because all of the handling characteristics are absolutely awful. The braking is atrocious. I mean, the braking sucks on this thing. Like I said, the car sways a lot and it has a ton of understeer, so trying to race this thing is very weird. And I did a race against unbeatable Travatars, and someone else was driving this thing, and you could even see sometimes just from the way he was driving it that it was just very uncontrollable. It just feels weird to drive, not a good race car at all, although the acceleration for a top of the C-Class car is very good, and the top speed is also good. It's about 160 miles per hour, which is, you know, like I said, it's good for the C-Class, but the trouble is getting there. I mean, this thing just sways so much, and going around turns you have to slow down a lot because of that understeer. So overall, I really did not like this thing. I mean, the gearing ratios, the handling characteristics, the grip, like nothing was all that great about it. It just doesn't even feel like a race car. But then again, like I said, I didn't even like drifting it, so honestly the only way I had fun in this thing was going in a straight line, because like I said, for a C-Class car, it is pretty quick. But that's really all I liked about it, and also the sounds of it, because it does sound good. But other than that, I mean, I honestly have no incentive at all to drive this thing again or even tune it, because I disliked it that much driving it stock. So that's how I feel about this thing. I mean, I'm not sure how other people feel about it, or if you upgraded it and tuned it and made it something that's completely different, but bone stock, I really did not enjoy this thing at all. By far my least favorite car from the Hoonigan car pack, but I guess you could argue that it's one of those cars that it's just cool to have and something to just cruise around with, but honestly, I don't really like it too much, so let me know how you feel about this 1955 Hoonigan Bel Air in Forza Horizon 3, but as always, thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I really hope that you at least enjoy the rest of this gameplay, but peace out.